we played in a bigger gym. We worked on what it was going to be like, and we just came out and showed out for our community.
Congratulations, guys. Go celebrate with your teammates. Coach, job's not done. You've got a good team either in Milwaukee Academy of Science or Lake Mills waiting for you. How do you reset and get ready for championship Saturday?
Yeah, obviously want to enjoy this one for a few minutes at least. But yeah, like you alluded to, two really good teams here standing behind me. And we're excited for the opportunity.
All right, Coach, go celebrate this win, and we'll see you again on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Brad. We talked about it at halftime. It was really those live ball turnovers leading to easy looks for Freedom, and that really carried them today.
Length, athleticism, they were incredibly disruptive to what Elk Mound was trying to do. Courts gets them off to the great start. Davis kind of carries them to the end of the first half, and that lead was just too insurmountable for Elk Mound to overcome.
Let's take a look at our second half highlights. And it was kind of a repeat from the first half in many ways with the turnovers.
Well, and you're right, Nick. It was like wash, rinse, repeat, right? There you see Courts finish through the contact. Elk Mound did everything they could. Nice finish by Diermeyer to try to keep his team close, but that play right there was indicative of what we saw.
Elk Mound leaving it all on the floor. Jerome, one of those guys, playing so hard.
You know, good way for the senior to go out, played really hard, and ends his career on the Kohl Center floor.
Courts was just so good with the footwork and finishing through contact. Jerome, 10 points today for the Mounders.
And again, here you're going to see Davis on the run out. What do you have, 4, maybe 5 dunks this afternoon? And he only missed one shot. And when you look at the numbers, it pretty much played out the way the final score. The fast break points with those live ball turnovers, the number of steals, and then honestly, the three-point shooting, 8 of 25 is not awful, you know, on the day. And the majority of those came from, of course, Davis and Courts.
And let's take a look at the leading scorers from this one, led by Courts and Davis.
Well, they scored 54 combined, and that's way above their averages. Again, we talked about Logan Jerome and Noller competed hard, Diermeyer. And what accomplishment for Elk Mound to get here this year. You mentioned all the close games they played. Today, they just ran up against a team that, you know, honestly, today was better than they were, and there's no fault in that. But Saturday's matchup between Freedom and then one of these two teams that are playing next, that's going to be really must-see basketball TV. I'm excited for that one.
Join us Saturday afternoon for that one. We're going to go upstairs now to Scott Emmerich.
All right, we need to hire Mike for our promotions department, already setting the stage for Championship Saturday. So Freedom advances, Milwaukee Academy of Science and Lake Mills on the court right now, warming up for our second Division III semifinal. You know, college recruiting has been a roller coaster process for Middleton's Torin Petaway. The Cardinal senior went back and forth between Wisconsin and Minnesota before finally landing with the Badgers. Pablo Iglesias has the story.
No matter the weight, Torin Petaway will always carry his own.
I just want to do as much as I can for my family and the people around me.
Next fall, the Middleton senior won't take his talents too far either. Just a short 6 miles away to play for the Wisconsin Badgers.
It excites me a lot, especially knowing that my class is special. You know, I'm coming in with a lot of good guys who really want to work hard and want to make a change for, you know, the better.
The commitment journey was a wild one, going from Wisconsin to Minnesota, then back to Wisconsin.
I had a lot of people in my ear, you know, telling me what they think I should do. And at one point I kind of lost, you know, my values and what my goals were. You know, being able to not only play for my home city, but play for a group of people that really believe in me.
But the defensive end has an even more off-the-wall scenario.
It was a blessing in disguise, and, you know, I'm just grateful for every opportunity going forward.
Just over a year ago, Petaway was locked in on basketball. Then a stress fracture in his right foot sidelined him for 6 months. When fully recovered, he was convinced to tackle a new sport.
I hadn't played anything in months, so I was like, all right, well, I'll try it out. Everyone keeps asking me to play. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I go back to basketball in the fall. But, you know, obviously, I worked my tail off, and it ended up paying off.
It's hard to believe college football was nowhere near the Division I prospects' radar. However, with a strong sense of hard work, dedication, and belief, Petaway has proven anything is possible.
I ended up putting on the pads instead of the basketball shoes. So, nah. If you would have told me that a few months ago, I would have said you were crazy. As far as confidence go, I always had confidence in myself. Knowing that, like I said, if I think I can do it, I'm gonna make it happen for sure.
A Middleton Cardinal who spread his wings and reached an unexpected but well-earned height.
All right, thanks to Pablo Iglesias for that story. Now a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station.
Think spring with these hot deals at Menards, all after 11% rebate. Packets of flower and vegetable seeds are just 9 cents each. A 17-pound bag of crabgrass preventer with lawn food, only $9.99. Get a 2-pack of LED work lights for just $2.99. Plus, 6 packs of soda in assorted flavors are only $3.29. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get more big savings right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
It shouldn't be this easy to get a dinner this tasty on the table. Our all-new, no antibiotics ever, all-natural pork and chicken meatballs heat up in minutes and are delicious in a variety of dishes or appetizers. They're as easy as heat, sauce, and serve. They're packed with protein and free from gluten, dairy, soy, and wheat. They're so juicy and flavorful because we use only high-quality ingredients and a few simple spices. Jones, making mealtime better since 1889.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
Back at the Kohl Center in Madison. Welcome back to the WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament. We got one game in the books under Division III semifinals. We're awaiting the start of Milwaukee Academy of Science and Lake Mills. Let's run down the brackets and show you what we have on store for you today. First of all, it was Freedom just beating Elk Mound 66-32 in a dominating performance for Freedom. The top-seeded Freedom Irish moving on to play the winner of our next game, Milwaukee Academy of Science, making their third trip to state. They were the runner-up in D4 in 2022. They'll take on Lake Mills. The L-Cats also making their third trip to state, their first trip since 2021. Then later on this evening, we'll come back at 6:30 on your WIAA network station for the Division IV semifinals. Bonduelle making their first ever trip to state at 27-1, taking on the Prairie School at 14-15, making their second trip to state. And then a rematch of last year's Division IV semifinals, La Crosse Aquinas and Mineral Point. Aquinas making their 9th trip, second in a row. Mineral Point, the defending Division IV state champions. But right now we have another Division III semifinal to talk about and to set the stage for our second game. Let's send it courtside after we take a timeout. Hear a word from our local sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin wants you to meet Cecilia, a senior at Cochran Fountain City High School. She's a standout in varsity basketball, track, and cross country, and plans to continue her education and run track at Winona State. In addition to balancing schoolwork and athletics, Cecilia works several part-time jobs, including the third generation on the family farm, where she cares for calves, assists with milking, and shows cows. Cecilia introduced the Jersey breed to her farm. This Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature was brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Mastercraft has been making high-quality doors for over 50 years. Choose from our huge in-stock selection or design your door your way, in-store or on Menards.com. With our wide range of styles and options, you can choose the perfect door for your home. Get this ready-to-paint 6-panel interior pre-hung door for $89.99 after an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We love Jones All Natural Breakfast Sausage so much, we just have to share it with our kids and grandkids.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, but we go through way more sausage than you two.
We get ours in the bigger Jones resealable bag.
But Jenny's got a microwave in her dorm.
Thanks, Grandma and Gramps. Jones always reminds me of home, and it's certified gluten-free and tastes amazing.
Whether you're single, shopping for the whole household, or the kids have moved away, breakfast better with Jones.
Well, Freedom awaits the winner of our next Division III semifinal. It's Lake Mills and Milwaukee Academy of Science to set the stage for our second Division III semifinal. Courtside we go. Here's Carly Marana and John Nedelkoff.
Yeah, thanks so much, Scott. Who will meet Freedom in the Division III state championship game? Will it be Lake Mills, the 3 seed, or Milwaukee Academy of Science, the 2 seed? I'm Carly Marana alongside Coach John Nedelkoff. And you have a good comparison for this game.
Hey, one of my favorite movies, Ford versus Ferrari. You got Fast and Furious, and you got all the spacing. Then at Lake Mills, you got that precision, that steadiness. And the one thing, though, they have in common, they touch the ball. Everybody moves the ball. Very few times where the ball doesn't move.
A lot of talent, a lot of excitement coming your way. Let's get to the Menards points of the game. The points of the game are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. We start with Lake Mills. These 3 leading the way for the Elcats.
You can tell from the stats, everybody touched the ball, and even the couple of guys that aren't on there. They're setting screens constantly, they're precision, and they're always doing multiple action sets.
And let's take a look at the Novas. Man, they have a lot of players that can score the basketball.
One of my favorite cars, too. But bottom line is they're fast and fierce. They space the court. But what they've done better in the last couple of years, they're organized in the sense of what they want to get on their first initial hit.
All right, it is Ford versus Ferrari coming up next for a spot in the Division III state championship game. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
As a farm, we're constantly looking for ways that we can improve, make our operation more efficient, find out better ways if there's something we could be doing comfort-wise with the cows.
Technology advancements are huge, and that's what's going to allow us to continue to take our land and make sure that we can pass it down to the next generation. Now we have the ability to be even better stewards of the land as we move forward. It's what we do.
Get an 11% rebate on your next project at Menards. Prepare your yard for spring with nature's finest Easy Green grass seed. It's fast growing, and right now a 5-pound bag is just $6.99 after rebate. Menards has the best selection of landscape blocks that are ready to take home today. Right now, get a classic patio block or interlock edger for only 99 cents each after an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
No chemical additives, no artificial ingredients. We've made it this way for 5 generations.
Actually, Grandpa, it's more like 7 generations now, and we still make our roll sausage the very same way. Pork, salt, and spices. That's it.
It's the same delicious flavor and simple quality ingredients that has made it a mainstay in breakfast tables for over 130 years.
Trust Jones for honest-to-goodness sausage.
Welcome back to the Division III boys basketball semifinal game. Lake Mills and Milwaukee Academy of Science. Here are your starting lineups. We'll send it to PA announcer Jim Strick.
Let's meet the teams for today's second Division III semifinal between the Lake Mills Elcats and the Milwaukee Academy of Science Novas. First, here are the Elcats from Lake Mills. Number 0, Ryan Horkin. Number 4, Nolan Kolkovich. Number 10, Abraham Daniels. Number 11, Ashton Winger. Number 20, Nick Blackmer. Number 21, Harrison Corsten. Number 22, Trey Smith. Number 24, Colin Christian. Number 30, Mason Rosales-Gray. Number 32, Will Kirchberg. Number 40, Cam Benish. Now let's meet the Novas from Milwaukee Academy of Science. Number 1, Brian Epps. Number 2, Deuce Burks. Number 5, DeAnthony Brown. Number 11, Michael Harris. Number 13, Messiah Ashley. Number 20, Gavin Valeri. Number 21, Jaden Griffin. Number 23, Cameron Hugh. Number 30, Tylen Kingsby. And number 35, Jakai Terrell. And now, today's starting lineups. First for Lake Mills. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore, number 1, Tyler Wallin. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 2, AJ Bender. At guard, a 5'11" senior, number 3, Ty Schaefer. At center, a 6'5" senior, number 5, Tanner Wendor. And at guard, a 6'1" junior, number 23, Brady Benish. Lake Mills is coached by Steve Hicklin. And now today's starting lineup for Milwaukee Academy of Science. At guard, a 6'4" senior, number 0, Agape Keys. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Jameer Bateman. At guard, a 6'4" senior, number 4, Amare Jackson. At forward, a 6'7" senior, number 12, Devin Brown. And at guard, a 6'4" senior, number 15, Jamarion Bateman. Milwaukee Academy of Science is coached by Agape Keys. Today's officials are Stephen Johnson from Milwaukee, Matthew Pfluger from Oshkosh, and Brett Teamy from Oak Creek.
All right, tip-off is coming up shortly. The Novas are back here for the 3rd time in 4 seasons, looking for their first state title. As for the Elcats, here for the first time since 2021, also looking for the program's first state championship. Here we go. How do you feel?
I tell you, the Elcats got to take those initial punches because they're going to come out furious with the Novas. They're going to take it at them, especially in the grill pressure. If the Elcats can handle the first initial hits, good things are going to happen in this game for both teams.
And it's Lake Mills that controls the tip.
A lot of multiple sets, double staggers in the fade screens. A lot of good reads off the screens. It's just not one play. It goes play after the play. 5-out motion, double curl. You'll see that as a tendency, and then they go right into fade screens and pin down. Both teams 5-out motion.
Wendorf gets it on the low block and kicks it back out.
Little fade screen across top. Again, trying to get proper speed and a proper read on how they're defending. Right now, the Novas are not switching on screens other than a ball screen.
The Novas pride themselves on that man-to-man defense.
Oh, they're in their grill. They're in your face. It's the initial pressure, how they handle it out of this. They're in their base set, the Elcats are, but the bottom line is Novas aren't showing them anything other than a switch on a ball screen right now.
Here's Bender going to work. Fadeaway jumper short.
Tough shot, but they like to isolate him in the post if they can get one-on-one.
The Novas like to move quickly. Right to the hole goes Devin Brown.
Got a great little left hand, Hezzy. So hard to play off because the other guys can knock it down.
And they'll bring the full court press.
Little 2-2-1, back into a man. Just to speed them up sometime. Academy of Science is so good at mixing things up.
AJ Bender takes it to the paint.
Loves to go off his left. Hard to get a good look, a little bit of light.
Bender, tough shot, falls. Nice one.
That's part of his DNA. He likes that little Dirk Nowinski kickback.
AJ Bender, a 4-year starter for Lake Mills, averaging 19 points per game.
Getting better at recognizing what the defense is giving him. Little Iverson cut off a back screen. Nice hands.
Stripped. Here comes Lake Mills the other way.
They love transition. It's just a little bit of more of a flow and a pace compared to the Novas. But
3 ball. That's Tyler Wallin.
Streaky shooter, but a great athlete. He's gotten better at recognizing when and where to hit his shot.
Just a sophomore. It's a big 3-pointer.
Again, a little back screen coming out, then a pin down, double stagger. Nice little curl route. Good cover, good coverage. Takes a lot of good communication by the Elcats.
Brown, elbow jumper, good.
Pretty. He reverse pivoted and squared up, Carly. Made it a lot easier to make a decision.
Right over Tanner Wendorf.
Again, a little 2-2-1.
Good job breaking it. 3 ball on the way from Bender. That's the answer.
That's their DNA. They're going to let it ride. They're going to fly it green light.
You have to like this start from Lake Mills because this is exactly what they wanted. They knew the Novas would come out fast.
Again, little horn set here. Duck in high-low. See if they get a mismatch. Covered up pretty well. Active hands again. Again, the L-Cats are noted for their gap defense, communication.
Here's Jameer Bateman.
Oh.
Almost had that stolen. It's going to stay with the Novas. And Lake Mills with an early 8-4 lead. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
Wisconsin has been America's dairyland for longer than we've been a state. When it's the land your kids live on, you think more about the long run. Our grandparents taught us each year's got to be a little bit better than the last. For us, cows aren't a commodity. They're a part of the community. Water's not a utility. It's where we spend our summers. The land isn't an asset. It's an inheritance. The notion of sustainability isn't anything new. It's what we do.
Lake Mills leading 8-4 in the Division III semifinal game. Milwaukee Academy of Science with the ball here. They're a team averaging 92 points per contest this season. In fact, they have scored 100 points or more 7 times this season.
Little Iverson Sears cross high, top. Well executed.
What a shot for Jamarian Bateman. He's committed to Iowa State. We'll talk a lot about him today.
Again, showing a little show and go. I anticipate a little more heat on the ball to take them out of rhythm in their sets and their cuts. Counter is backdoors and dribble-ats.
Bender's going to set up the offense.
Nice job in creating space. Little slip action. Now into a drag. Covered up well, but again, they go right into their base motion with back screens and flares. Curls, they read, there's the curl route.
Working it around, and that's a foul down low. Ty Schaefer draws it.
As good as that play and that set was run in the motion, the door was covered up so quick. Little double pick to the baseline, to the corner, then slip it. Covered up well, well scouted.
Woleen has it up top.
Good athlete, likes to attack off the dribble. That's Bender's spot, he likes that block.
Taking on Bateman down low. Nice defense, kicks it back out, and Schaefer has it on the right wing.
Schaefer known for being at the right place, right time for a spot 3. They're staying tight on him.
3-pointer, good for Tanner Wendor.
Not noted, but a competent player, especially in 15 feet, but he's mostly that gritty player. Does all the hard things.
Novas looking for the response. Down by 5.
Again, Lake Mills known for their gap D, and taking away light with their hands, their positioning D.
Brown, spin move, scores.
It just made it look so simple, under control, change of pace.
Lake Mills 3 of 3 from 3-point range to start. They're shooting 42% from deep this season.
Again, taking care of the ball, Carly, is so key. No live ball turnovers.
What a drive there from A.J. Bender.
Chin on the rim, got his shoulders by just enough, create an edge. Little isolation, empty side ball screen.
Bateman gets inside, kicks it back out.
Yeah, good position D. Weak side was over to cover up. A lot of shot fake jab steps.
Gotta love this matchup. Bateman for 3 off the rim and rebounded by Woleen.
Again, more of a fit, but very content in bringing it up. But they like to play with transitions, speed as well, Lake Mills. Little fade screen. There are multiple actions. You got action on ball side, but then there's weak side. Little double down coming to the top. They're always in constant move, but they're in sync.
Schaefer is going to try a 3 of his own off the front rim. Wendorf gets the offensive board, kicks it back out to Schaefer, gets inside, jumper, just rolls out.
Good shot, Brian. Come, good read off the cut, screen. Getting back on D.
Jackson kicks it out to Bateman for 3 and rebounded by Schaefer.
We looked at Milwaukee once, but again, it was covered up real well on the initial transition. Took away the gap.
Rolene, too much.
Both teams, this is what they do. They go. They let the green light go. But there's flow into their transition, just like that.
Brown gets the triple to go. What a start for Devin Brown.
Again, both teams running in transition with flow.
Devin Brown has 9 points from Milwaukee Academy of Science. A nice drive there.
Just a little measure up.
And then the answer from A.J. Bender.
Got into the defender. He got into his chest.
And the 3 from Brown, he shows he can score at all levels.
He's so talented, and he's playing under flow and under control. Secondary break.
So he's got 9 of his team's 11 points so far. Devin Brown, he's going to Coastal Carolina to play basketball next season.
Saw him out in the hallway. He was just having a little fun with his teammates, having a little flow, enjoying just the chance of coming back and playing again here.
Lake Mills up by 2.
See switchings on all screens, possibly changing it up. But again, look for the back doors, look for the slips. Right there's a good back door. Little double gap. This is called magic. Little double gap.
Nice dump down.
Again, double gap means you cut 2 people through and then you run a back door on the back side.
Ryan Horkin, the one to score that. He's the 6th man for Lake Mills. Gets a ton of time.
Stack into a ball screen set. Trying to ISO out of the post or on the wing.
Bateman, hard drive, scores.
That's a tough guard. When he gets downhill, good luck. Again, both teams playing to their strength, but again, no turnovers by Lake Mills. Big plus.
Bender gets into the paint.
That's his play. Downhill, he wants his left more than anything. Nova's not noted for giving gap help. They trust each other, play one-on-one, uno-on-uno defense.
A.J. Bender has 9 points for the Elcats.
Little Miami double stagger, ball screen.
Deep 3-pointer on the way.
Good flow, always pitching it ahead. Rolene is good at handling the rock. Get better. Only a sophomore, like you said, Carly.
Here's Benish.
Double gap as you can, wide open across the top of the key to get downhill. Oh, nice little dunk.
Pass. And that's Wendorf who finishes it off.
Wendorf does such a nice job of being opposite of the drive. Circle movement.
Agape Keys is going to set it up for the Novas.
Again, noted for his distance shooting. Hasn't had many looks yet.
Deuce Burks drives and scores. A player that only played in 5 games this season, but they are happy to have him back at the right time.
He's highly talented, he's highly recruited.
Toledo, Cincinnati, just some of his offers.
Noted for getting his nose to the rim, chin to the rim. Again, double gap. What that is the whole top side, top of the key, lane line. The lane is wide open. And they space the floor until they get a backdoor cut as they drive the middle. Somebody's going backdoor like you saw there with Wendorf.
What a pass from Benish, but stripped by the Novas. And the other way, Brown out in the corner to Bateman for 3. Good.
But sharing the ball, not trying to dominate, giving it up, getting it back. Great ball, both sides of the court. Now going into some sets, they're going to try to ISO maybe Bender in the post. Backdoor cut.
And another turnover from Lake Mills.
Little blind pig, didn't just execute.
Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Transform the look of your home and save big money at Menards. Countertops are the center of the home, and Menards carries a great selection, from elegant to everyday options. Plus, easy installation that you can do yourself, and durability that can take you from crayons to calculus. Transform everyday spaces into gathering places with countertops from Menards. Take home custom laminate countertops for $6.79 a square foot after an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It shouldn't be this easy to get a dinner this tasty on the table. Our all-new, no antibiotics ever, all-natural pork and chicken meatballs heat up in minutes and are delicious in a variety of dishes or appetizers. They're as easy as heat, sauce, and serve. They're packed with protein and free from gluten, dairy, soy, and wheat. They're so juicy and flavorful because we use only high-quality ingredients and a few simple spices. Jones, making mealtime better since 1889.
Welcome back to the Kohl Center for what has been a phenomenal start to this Division III semifinal game. It's been blow for blow. You look at these numbers on the season, what they're shooting, and then today, Lake Mills 8 for 12, Milwaukee Academy of Science 8 for 11.
Both teams in flow, both have great spacing. Again, Milwaukee Academy of Science plays with a furious pace, but again, they can play in third and fourth gear and be like fifth gear for most teams.
Jackson going to work inside, short.
Nice little hesitation, played off 2 feet, just didn't get it to fall.
Lake Mills hanging on to that 1-point lead here, and this is Colin Christian into the game for the L-Cats.
Again, they like those nice cover up, nice dead front in the post.
The double team the other way. Here comes Jackson, kicks it out to Keys for 3.
That's what he's known for, fill it up in transition.
A 38% three-point shooter. His dad is the head coach.
Again, plays with flow, guys pitch it ahead. Like I said, they share it so well. Little flex cut with a pin down. Again, there's multiple actions. It's like a mini offense, but then they go into the base motion.
Christian out to Wolene and inside to Bender. Turnaround jumper.
Good recognition. Good recognition. He slipped it. He had an advantage in the post.
Here's Bateman, the Iowa State commit. Driving, pulling up. Doesn't go.
Likes the hezzy on the left and come back to right for his jumper. Good look. Again, a lot of slips. I set the fade screen, and the guy that set screen slips the ball side block.
Lendorf.
Nice back cut.
Yeah, what a pass there. Just misses the layup. But it's going to stay with Lake Mills. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin wants you to meet Braylon, a well-rounded athlete who's participated in track and field, basketball, volleyball, and cross country over her 4 years at Kewanee High School. She's also the captain of her cross country and track teams. Braylon is the 4th generation on her family farm, Pagels Ponderosa Dairy. She's currently working in the office with her family, learning about taking care of their employees, animals, environment, and the various aspects of running a dairy business. The Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature was brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Milwaukee Academy of Science in front, 21-19. Their first lead of the game since leading 2-0. They are on an 8-0 run. And the 2025 WIAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here. To keep Wisconsin strong, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. All right, let's get back to the action.
Little box set, maybe a double for Bender to the corner, then slip it back to the backside post.
Here's Bender with it.
Playing with such good flow and precision. Screen action, reads and curls. It's not one thing, it's a true read motion.
Wendorf. Putting it up top. And here's Wolene looking for an option.
They do such a good job screening and then getting off the screen. They're not sagging in the paint. They get off the screen real quick.
3 on the way. No good, but Bender comes away with the offensive board. Kicks it back out. Benish for 3.
Normally the sharpest shooter around the area.
He doesn't miss many of those. Brown.
Again, sharing the ball. That's your 5, bringing down the ball. Again, all 5 guys transport the ball.
Lake Mills trailing by 2. Bender gets inside, looking for help.
Took away his strength, that left hand, and even the pull-up J off his right. Nice little flex cut, pinned down.
Bender, 3-pointer, connects.
But you know what? After being stopped, play the next play.
Elcats on top, 22-21.
Seems so poised. Good presence of mind by both teams. Little 1-4 high set. You see Iverson cuts across the free throw line, and then ball screen into it or high-low.
Burks, 3-pointer, no good.
Good look. Like you said, both teams touch the ball. The ball doesn't stick. Bender playing off the ball a little bit more often right now with Wolene play the point. Good athlete.
Here's Benish with it. And that's A.J. Bender who's going to draw the off-the-ball foul on Amari Jackson.
Made a great read. The guy played him real tight off his hip, curled it. Screener was going to pop back if that completed.
That's Amari Jackson's 2nd personal foul. We have a couple subs in for Milwaukee Academy of Science.
Look for the lob on the slide, out of the side, out of bounds.
And the Elcats throw it away, their 3rd turnover of the first half after handling the ball really well for the majority of it. Just a few turnovers here in the last few possessions.
The positive, the half glass full, is at least they weren't live ball turnovers, because, boy, that just juices Milwaukee Academy of Science.
Lake Mills has 4 turnovers. Milwaukee Academy of Science really taking care of the ball with just 1. And you look at those points off turnovers, the Novas with 6.
Again, Iverson cut into a cross screen, trying to get Brown in the post, nothing. Covered up with weak side position defense.
Jameer Bateman, the junior guard, handling it up top.
Real crafty, real quick. Real high-low tuck in and curl.
Valari, and that's Key's jumper, no good, but Brown is there to clean it up.
So active. 10 feet and in, good luck. It's hard to keep him off those boards.
11 points for Devin Brown to lead the way for the Novas.
Again, playing not real hard ball, maybe there can, but there we get a little grill. Speed him up.
Bender.
Yeah. There's a reason why he's playing at Iowa State.
Let's take another look at that rebound putback from Devin Brown.
Again, constantly flowing, finding the rim, but again, having a great start of the game, playing with such poise.
And nearly throws it away, but the Elcats.
Again, high post curl, pick and pop after the curl. Again, they're not set plays. They're reading how the defender guards them.
Benish for 3, drills it.
Smooth. Just like his dad.
His first points of the game as Lake Mills jumps on top 25-23.
Again, number 20, Valari coming in. He is noted to bring instant hope. I like that little drizzle play. They like the fake handoff to the corner.
Look at the block there from Woolley, and another block, that time from A.J. Bender.
That doesn't have much to Bateman. That tells you how great athlete Bender is. High post curl, that's what, again, Schaefer's noted for to start the offense.
Brady Benish up top.
You know they run 5 out. They like to duck people in, and Bender's the main guy.
3-pointer, too much for Ty Schaefer.
Good find, though. Unselfish.
Here's Agape Keys. Taking it in on Schaefer. Kicking it out to Bateman. Bateman gonna drive inside, back out to Brown. Can he hit another one? Rebounded by the Elcats.
Both teams driving the paint, finding a different way, just not finding the bottom of the net.
Bender, nice move. And That's a foul. He's going to head to the line for 2.
Again, very good at playing off 2 feet. Little step through Donovan Mitchell type action where you get cut off, pivot through, find a way of getting your chin on the rim.
Bender already with 12 points on the day. He averages 19 points per game. And he's committed to Minnesota State, over 2,000 points for his career, a 2-time Player of the Year in the conference.
Coach Hicklin talked about how he just has recognized that you can still be that 2,000-point scorer, but at the same time involved. And he's done such a great job, especially this year, of making sure everybody touches the ball, just like you saw at that kick out from the post.
Goes 1-2 at the line. We got a good one here. Don't go anywhere. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Think spring with these hot deals at Menards, all after 11% rebate. Packets of flower and vegetable seeds are just 9 cents each. A 17-pound bag of crabgrass preventer with lawn food, only $9.99. Get a 2-pack of LED work lights for just $2.99. Plus, 6 packs of soda in assorted flavors are only $3.29. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get more big savings right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
We love Jones All Natural Breakfast Sausage so much, we just have to share it with our kids and grandkids.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, but we go through way more sausage than you two.
We get ours in the bigger Jones resealable bag.
But Jenny's got a microwave in her dorm.
Thanks, Grandma and Gramps. Jones always reminds me of home. And it's certified gluten-free and tastes amazing.
Whether you're single, shopping for the whole household, or the kids have moved away, breakfast better with Jones.
Back and forth game between Lake Mills and Milwaukee Academy of Science. We've had 5 lead changes so far in this first half. 1 tie. It's been a great first half.
Hey, there's a little chill in the air, a little snow on the ground. It better be March Madness. It better be the magic of March here.
This is exactly what you asked for. Great atmosphere here at the Kohl Center.
Great flow of both teams. Both teams moving the ball. Like you said, it doesn't stick and it shares. It touches everybody's hands.
Here's Jameer Bateman.
Little dribble hand up.
Valari, what a move to the hole.
Again, great move, but set up because you got 2 shooters sitting on the other side, and you got to respect that, creating that gap drive.
Lake Mills leading by 1.
High-low look, duck in. If they don't get anything, it's going to be a pin down from the corner. Then into a fade screen.
Lake Mills is shooting 50% from 3 so far this first half.
Again, pressure's not as highest if I've seen it by Milwaukee Academy Science, but part of it's because of the cuts.
There's a good steal, but Lake Mills comes back up with it. Bender inside, has it stripped. Here come the Novas.
This is their vitamins.
Keys for 3.
Oh!
Dreams it.
He just took the vitamin C and vitamin D they like.
Keys 3 rattles home. The Milwaukee Academy of Science is back on top by 2.
Poise, little fade screen, get into the flow. First live ball turnover that's costed Lake Mills.
Bender for 3, and the answer, yep.
Hey, next play mentality. Poise and precision.
Bender's got 16 points for the L-Cats.
Try to get a little ISO Brown to post, but again, Wendorf's a very good post defender.
Lake Mills 6 of 11 from deep.
Does a great job in walling up, chesting up, not going for the fake.
Under a minute to play. And don't forget to join us for the Jones Dairy Farm halftime report.
In a little double gap, gone back to the double gap. Way wide open lane. When they dribble to the middle, backside back cut. Could be coming from Benish going back door in this cut or a pin down. But you see the lane is wide open, it's purposeful.
Bender turnaround jumper, rims out, rebounded by Brown, and he pushes it ahead. And that's a foul on Tyler Woline.
Again, the ability of your 5-man, I wouldn't call him a 5-man, but all 5 guys can take the ball off the rim and go. Creates a lot of problems on the pressure and transition defense.
That's the first foul of the first half for Lake Mills. believe it or not.
A very clean game. Like I said, we talked about a good flow, a lot of good looks. Still good defense, but offense is winning out.
Brown has it inside.
Good double down by Schaefer.
Great steal from Lake Mills, looking to capitalize the other way, and he does tie Schaefer and one.
Little Stockton finish, inside hand, outside foot release to get it off quicker. Good find, good pitch ahead. Again, that inside hand, outside foot is to get it off quicker than the defender thinks you're going. If you go up with a traditional layup, that ball might be being pinned against the board.
Schaefer misses out on the three-point opportunity. Three-point game. Novas with 10 seconds on the clock before halftime. Keys with the ball in his hands.
Maybe just spacing into a handoff.
Keys taking it himself short. And Lake Mills has a 31-28 lead as we head into halftime.
Again, this is one of the few live ball turnovers, and this is what they do if it happens. But it's been a key of why Lake Mills is leading. Not many, if at all, just that one.
An incredible first half so far. We had 7 lead changes.
Again, live ball turnover. They come right back with poise and precision and knock the three.
And our Nicole Sedevi is standing by with Lake Mills head coach Steve Hicklin.
Coach, great start offensively for you guys, knocking down the ball from 55% from three-point range. AJ Bender, a stud in this first half. How do you keep the pace going?
I mean, we just got to keep them out of transition and executing the half court without turning it over. I think some of their opportunities have come on mistakes that we've made. If we can minimize those, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, talk to me more about your defense. You look to keep them in front of you. They did get those transition points on you. How do you shut them down in the second?
Yeah, I mean, that's the trick with Milwaukee Academy of Science is how do you keep them out of transition effectively? And if you can do that, I feel like we have a chance. If we continue to turn the ball over and let them get out in transition, then it's a much harder game.
Thank you. Good luck.
You bet. Thanks.
All right, guys, we had a great first half. Back to you.
Thanks, Nicole. Milwaukee Academy of Science with 11 points off turnovers in the first half. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin would like you to meet Tessa, a dedicated student athlete at Lakeside Lutheran High School, where she plays varsity golf and is the valedictorian of her senior class. Tessa is involved in 4-H, the National Honor Society, the Wisconsin Holstein Association, and serves as sentinel of her FFA chapter. She also volunteers with a local resale shop that benefits her school. Every day, Tessa helps out on her family farm, Go Show Cattle Company, and with her sister Stella, she prepares their younger cows for the show ring. This Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature was brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Allen Media Group, Wisconsin Broadcast Division, is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.
Welcome to the Jones Dairy Farm Halftime Report. Lake Mills leading Milwaukee Academy of Science 31-28. John, Coach Steve Hicklin talked about wanting to feel good at that first time out of the first half. He knew the Novas were going to come out throwing punches right away, wanting to get that lead right away, but they must feel good about how they came out, and of course now they have the lead.
They took care of the ball for the most part, but you saw what happens when they don't. At the same time, he mentioned about his defense, keeping them in front, taking away the gap, and that's all you can do, because if you let them get in flow, it becomes fifth gear, and their fifth gear is beyond belief. But again, you got to give them credit for taking on those punches like they did, like you mentioned.
All right, we're going to send it upstairs to Scott Emmerich for more on this halftime report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We're set up for a terrific finish. Earlier today, by the way, in our first Division III semifinal, it was Elk Mound, the number one seed the number one seed Freedom taking down Elk Mound 66-32. Well, Eau Claire North's Hollis Barnett has not had an easy journey in the world of football, but the junior has shown nothing but grit and determination. Brianna Reinhart has the story.
a sport designed to knock people down, Eau Claire North's Hollis Barnhart is an expert at getting back up.
Tackle football I started in like 8th grade because my best friend told me I couldn't play football, and so I was like, you know what, I'm going to show her.
As the only female on the Huskies roster, Barnhart learned quickly how to take a hit.
When I first started, there was a lot of heads turned and a lot of glass barriers that I had to break, and people will say things, and sometimes they're not always going to be nice, and you just got to block that out and keep going, keep pushing.
Pads protecting the junior outside linebacker physically, but mentally, she's learned how to hold her own.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows. You know, I think she would maybe even tell you, like, it's hard to fit in sometimes. And that's just the reality of it. You know, being the only girl out of 75, 76 boys. You know, that's really, really hard.
So I respect her a lot. It's a grind being out here, especially being the only girl. It's got to be tough, so I respect her a lot.
Through the many ups and downs, Barnhart has earned herself many renowns, especially from opponents on game days.
We shake hands, they're like, oh, it's a girl, there's a girl on the team, and some people just like add in sly comments.
But how does her Husky pack respond to that?
Oh, we wouldn't like that at all. No. That won't slide. That will not slide.
By always having her back. Through thick and thin, Barnhart has learned to
be comfortable being uncomfortable is definitely the thing I take away.
And while the team's goal is to score touchdowns, ultimately she hopes to inspire others to break barriers of their own.
Coach really talks a lot about twin thieves, is the fear of failure and the fear of judgment. I think those are the two biggest things that everybody faces in life, and we all know we can conquer them. People have done it before, and you just have to build up that emotional strength and physical strength just to do it.
Thanks to Brianna Reinhardt for that story. Well, it's been a terrific game here so far in our second Division III semifinal. It is Lake Mills leading Milwaukee Academy of Science by 3. And to look ahead to the second half, let's go back courtside. Here's Carly and John.
Yeah, Scott, it was a great first half. Can't wait for the second half to see which team lands a spot in the Division III state championship game. But first, let's take a look back at those first half highlights.
Again, playing with flow, Carly, just secondary break. Had a phenomenal first half round.
Yeah, 11 points for Devin Brown. He really set the tone for the Novas. The other way, it was A.J. Bender with 16 points.
Again, constant multiple action. Back screen into a pin down. Finish, booming it, banging it.
6 of 11 for 3 was Lake Mills. The other way, driving inside. That's Gavin Ballari.
Again, he's an instant score off the bench. He's looking to score now.
And transition points big for the Novas.
Again, one of the few live ball turnovers, and they make you pay, and that's what they're going to have to do. Speed Lake Mills up.
The other way, it's Bender for 3. He was 3 of 3 from downtown.
Classic side, top side action, get the 3.
And you take a look at these stats. We talked about the rebounding numbers. Lake Mills out rebounding them by 4.
And again, playing good initial defense, but not letting them get second chance points.
And of course, those fast break points too, that's going to be crucial in the second half.
And I anticipate Coach Agapi bringing it hard, fast, and furious right into their grill, but they're going to continue to back cut them.
And let's take a look at the leading scorers. A.J. Bender leading Lake Mills with 16, and on the other side for the Novas, it's Devin Brown.
Again, Devin Brown in a sweet game, but again, I could see Jamari and Keys getting the ball a little bit more, especially on the perimeter.
Yeah, what do you want to see from Milwaukee Academy of Science to start the second half?
I want that fire turned up. I want it 110 degrees in here. It's cold outside. I want it hot inside. But again, they play with precision as well. They just don't run out there and do whatever they want. They're very concerned, but at the same time, Lake Mills is handling those punches, handling that pressure, and that's what they got to do for the rest of the game.
It's been punch for punch in the first half. We have the second half coming up. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your network station.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Mastercraft has been making high-quality doors for over 50 years. Choose from our huge in-stock selection or design your door your way, in-store or on Menards.com. With our wide range of styles and options, you can choose the perfect door for your home. Get this ready-to-paint 6-panel interior pre-hung door for $89.99 after an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
No chemical additives, no artificial ingredients. We've made it this way for 5 generations.
Actually, Gramp, it's more like 7 generations now, and we still make our roll sausage the very same way. Pork, salt, and spices. That's it.
It's the same delicious flavor and simple quality ingredients that has made it a mainstay in breakfast tables for over 130 years.
Trust Jones for honest-to-goodness sausage.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Make a difference in your community. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here.
We are about to kick off the second half here, but first, we're going to hear from Milwaukee Academy of Science head coach Agape Keys.
Coach Keys, your team is transitioning the ball very well. 11 points off of turnovers, 14 fast break points. What do you like coming from your offense?
I like our transition. It's going well. I think, but on the half-court side, we got to be a little bit more aggressive. We ain't aggressive enough right now.
And speaking of that transition offense, how crucial will those points off of turnovers be to close this one out?
It's going to be crucial this second half. We got to contain a three-point shooting. So we're going to change up some things in the second half to get us going.
And Devin Brown is balling out, 11 points for him. Your son knocking down some crucial threes. How do you get them going in this second half and close it out?
Just keep the ball moving and creating to open open shooters, I'm sorry.
Of course, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Nicole. Interesting what he said. He said the last couple of years, he told both of us, we were one-dimensional. If they slowed us down, we couldn't execute as we get an early bucket from Bateman. But that's not their problem this year. Now they can execute when they're slowed down, but obviously Coach wants to see more of that here in the second half.
You see in this 1-2-1-1 diamond-type three-quarter press, wants to get in. There it is, right there. Little deflection. Oh, straight save.
It's going to stay with the Novas.
Must establish position in the front court, do it in the back court. But again, a great start for him to create a little pressure. Coach is right. Coach Keys is right. Doing some really good things, but a little bit for them, a little stagnant for them. Even though they're executing, they could create a little more downhill effect on their half-court offense.
Wendorf, he hit one earlier, got it again.
Right time, right place. He was giving it. He took it.
Only a 25% three-point shooter, but making the Novas pay.
And Bateman sharing a nice kick.
That's Bateman to Bateman for three.
Good team ball. Touch the paint, kick it out, tickle the net.
Brotherly bond out there on the court.
Again, a little three-quarter diamond in one. Catch it right here, bounce the trap. Oh,
Benish
nice
gets it off. Wide open three for Tyler Woline. Too strong.
Again, they look to shoot that, but at the same time, they want him to shoot it faster. They want to get the ball back. Again, Lake Mills doing a really good job of getting back on D, packing the paint, taking away gaps. But like you said, Carl, much different team here. They can play a half-court game. They run well-organized, timed offense set. 1-4 flat.
Here's Keys inside. Has it in the corner.
Is it what they prefer? No, but they're still solid at it.
Brown, strong move inside, and it's going to be a jump ball.
And Wendorf does such a good job walling up, getting his hands extended straight up. Did a phenomenal job on Lakeside Lutheran's run a couple of games ago. Just holding his ground, chesting up.
So Lake Mills looking to break the full court press. Benish gets it out to Woline and then down to Wendorf for two.
Great execution. Up the middle, out to the side, diagonal cutting, diagonal passing, zigzag in the court.
Lake Mills leading by three. Brown taking Wendorf inside and scoring. Making it look easy there.
So hard to catch. He got there in two and a half steps. He was at the rim from 20 feet.
Lake Mills doing a good job breaking this press.
That's where they want to get the trap. But again, poise wins out. Like to get Bender in the post.
Here he has it. Dumps it off to Wendorf. Scores again.
Wendorf does such a nice job reading where the ball is. He's always opposite, circling away from the movement.
Jackson stepped through, fouled.
Good call. Lost his vertical position by trying to block the shot. Again, one guy drives, one guy circles behind. Somebody said, is that read and react? That is read and react at its best. Coach had nothing but praise for Wendorf. He's been on varsity for 4 years, but this is his first year start.
Yeah, 12 points for Wendorf. And at the line here is Amari Jackson. Our engine is what Coach Agape Keys calls him.
Just simply the most active player on the team, he says. Back to a man-to-man press now. See if they can go one, but a lot of poise out there by Lake Mills right now.
Tanner Wendorf has scored the team's last 7 points. Here he has it with the ball.
Again, trying to isolate. Nice curl cut.
Benish inside. That rattles home.
Again, that action is happening on ball side, but there's action on the weak side. Creates the defense from being locked and loaded on the ball side.
Coach Keys wants to see his team be more aggressive.
Good back cut.
Brown, oh, he had him, but better defense from Lake Mills. And up ahead is Bender, kicks it out. They're working it around. Schaefer, jumper. That rims out.
Great selfless acts, passing, cutting, shot faking. Just couldn't find the net.
Brown again, inside off the glass.
Just that little last step, Euro type step. It's so hard to keep him in front, like Coach Hickman said.
Tanner Wendorf picks up his first personal foul. Not a lot of fouls in this game, not a lot of trips to the free throw line in the first half.
Clean game, good flow, good execution of what teams want to do at the half-court level.
So Devin Brown going to Coastal Carolina, knocks down the first one.
Having a smooth game, playing with the purpose.
He dealt with a foot injury this season, but another guy they got back right in time for playoffs. Knocks them both down. 2-point game here in the Division III semifinal. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin would like you to meet Caleb, a senior and standout student athlete at Luxembourg Casco High School, where he's captain of his football team, plays baseball, and wrestles varsity. Caleb is president of his local 4-H, VP of his FFA chapter, and VP of his senior class. A fifth-generation member of Salentine Homestead Dairy, Caleb helps with planting and harvesting crops, maintaining equipment, feeding cows, and assisting in the milking parlor. The Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature is brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
This has been a tight game from start to finish here in the second half. Only a 2-point game here in the second half. Lake Mills leading 40-38. And you take a look at the assist to turnover numbers for both teams, and Lake Mills really sharing the ball well. 12 assists to 16 field goals made.
Again, the ball doesn't stop. There's constant action, constant reads, but the ball's still got to move regardless of the offense. But boy, the touches are great. Nothing but poise against this kind of token pressure. But again, the Heat picks up right on the ball now.
Lake Mills has looked composed throughout this entire game.
As you can see, as one side is working, the other side's working too. They're not just standing and being ball watchers, which makes it easy for the defense to play defense. Little pin down slip. Nice slip again by Wendorf. But always a fade screen after a pass or a curl coming back from the ball side. Trying to get Bender in the post.
Corner three. That was a good look.
That's his shot. He's noted for knocking the corner three. Nice little Michael Jordan, one way, tip back the other.
There's Jamarian Bateman.
Loves to go one way, bring it back the other, little hezzy.
Ties it at 40. We'll see if he can get going here.
Again, first switch, but they switch all handoffs and ball screens right now.
Wow, nice dump down again to Wendorf.
Oh, such a nice little dish. The bounce pass up, coming to a 2-foot stop.
They've done a great job sharing the ball.
Little hedge. Again, trying to get an isolation, maybe Brown in the post.
Bateman has it short corner, steps through, but has it denied. The other way, it's Schaefer.
3 guys in the gap trying to take away any creases. He couldn't get a good look. But didn't get anything on the turnover, on the block shot, so poison, and then let's go to our half-court 5 out. Back into the double gap.
All the way is Bender, and he is going to the line.
Again, that double gap, Carly, is we're literally wing to wing. That whole top of the three-point arc is wide open. It is very hard to cover when you got shooters on the wing now. Again, he loves getting downhill with his left hand. That's his go-to.
First team all-conference player, Capital North Player of the Year. It's A.J. Bender. He's got 16 points, make it 17 after that free throw.
He's always had attack mode, but what he's added to his game is purpose. And it comes with maturity and seeing a lot of things over the last couple of years.
So Lake Mills leading by 4. Drive inside, and now it's Deuce Burks heading to the line for the Novas.
And good drive, good change of speeds. Got halfway in the lane, kind of stopped, started.
So this is a guy whose body just wasn't right this season, and coach said we just wanted him to be 100%. Again, he only played in 5 games, but he's back now playing in the state tournament. And he's gotten a lot of looks from those colleges, so.
You're bringing a guy like that off the bench.
Right.
Is it Toledo, Cincinnati, something like that? Oh my goodness.
He comes off the bench.
He comes off the bench. But again, guys fought through some things this year, and give him credit.
The 2025 WIA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
And a little man-to-man heat. That's what I thought they'd see a little more. Maybe shoot the gaps.
Jackson knocks it away, but Benish
get
cleans
those
it up,
lines.
and he throws it away. That's exactly what the Novas want.
That's what the Novas want. They want heat on that ball. 110 degrees. Let's get that Fahrenheit up. But at the same time, they'll play the half-court game. Nice high post curl into a stagger down, pin down.
Burks almost has it stolen. It's going to stay with Milwaukee Academy of Science.
Love the gap help, getting their hands outside their pockets. Lake Mills so good at getting extension, not playing with the hands in the pockets, taking away windows of opportunity. Lines of sight aren't there.
Bateman gets into the paint. Oh, that was going to be a heck of a finish, but it's rebounded by Lake Mills. Here comes Woleen the other way, all the way, and scores.
Again, very confident, but it started with a good box out by Wendorf, and Woleen did his thing. Again, purposeful break. Just kept probing, and nobody took it. So he made a pay.
And Coach Agape Keys is going to take a timeout to talk to his team. And we'll be back after this message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Get an 11% rebate on your next project at Menards. Prepare your yard for spring with nature's finest Easy Green grass seed. It's fast growing, and right now a 5-pound bag is just $6.99 after rebate. Menards has the best selection of landscape blocks that are ready to take home today. Right now, get a classic patio block or interlock edger for only 99 cents each after an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It shouldn't be this easy to get a dinner this tasty on the table. Our all-new, no antibiotics ever, all-natural pork and chicken meatballs heat up in minutes and are delicious in a variety of dishes or appetizers. They're as easy as heat, sauce, and serve. They're packed with protein and free from gluten, dairy, soy, and wheat. They're so juicy and flavorful because we use only high-quality ingredients and a few simple spices. Jones, making mealtime better since 1889.
Lake Mills leading by 4. Milwaukee Academy of Science with the ball here. You take a look at the field goals this half. Lake Mills 6 of 9. Milwaukee Academy of Science 4 for 6. So both teams continuing to shoot the ball well. And that's an offensive rebound from Bateman. You were just saying that's what the Novas need to do, and Lake Mills has done a good job of keeping them off the board.
To that point, only 2 offensive rebounds for something that's a definite ingredient for the Novas, but you just saw it, just kept it alive, volleyball, and now he's at the line.
Bateman has 11 points. The Iowa State commit.
Guy plays with that mentality on both ends of the court like Iowa State so badly. I mean, that's part of their DNA. They play two-way players. They don't just play one side of the ball. Little full court, true man-to-man. They saw a little success, a couple possessions, a little run and jump.
Bender gets it out over to Woline.
Good call by the referee, a little moving shield screen. It was a little move, good proper call.
Team foul number 5.
So a couple of turnovers here for Lake Mills. They'll have to regroup, reset.
They went into true more man-to-man pressure, little run and jump mixed in.
Brown has it at the top of the line. Drives hard inside, has it stripped. Here's Benish.
Weak side help, there's hands all over. That's true team defense. High post curled and pop back with a fade.
Colin Christian with it up top.
A lot more heat on the ball. They're trying to sense something, speed them up.
Bender.
Again, running that double gap to handle that pressure. It's one of the reasons so you got the gap to drive or bounce it back, retreat dribble. Again, they did this a few years ago when they were younger against more talented teams. Nice shoot the gap.
Jackson throws it down.
That's what he's good at. He loves to shoot the gap, the passing lanes. He's got that motor, like you said, Carl.
We're tied at 46. The Nova starting to play their game here.
Again, you might see a couple dribble ats, which when you dribble at a teammate, you're going to go back door.
Big steal and bucket from Amari Jackson here.
Again, shooting the gap, anticipating, but that's what he does. Coach Key said that's what he brings to the table. 94 feet of heat.
Checking in for the Novas, number 5,
D'Anthony Brown's going to check in for Jackson. They go deep on this Novas team.
And the ferocity does not change.
Step back three-pointer from Woline. Oh! He's feeling it.
Hey, no fear in that young man.
I love that. Knew exactly where the line was. One step back, drains it.
Did a little Larry Bird look down. 5 out. See you counter with him. Nice high post curl, but covered up with a good hit.
Bateman draws the foul there. Let's take another look at that step back. Beautiful three-pointer from Tyler Woline.
Yeah, knowing when the team needs something, he's gotten so much better at it. Right time, right place, but good step back with his eyes up. But he took a little glimpse at the line. Again, a little screen the screener. Back to the corner. Nice lob.
Brown. Rebounded by Wendorf.
Won't show up in the stats, but with Wendorf chesting up so strong, it makes it more difficult to make shots. Little drag, covered up well with the help and recover.
Lake Mills leading by 3.
Get a little back screen, try to ISO on the post. Bender, right? He likes that right block, but Bateman's good. He always guards the best player.
Bender trying to take Bateman inside. Bateman doing a nice job. Bender gets it to go.
That's classic 2 feet with a little shot fake. Playing under control, reading the defender if he bites.
Some resilience out of A.J. Bender. Now Brown the other way, taking on Wendorf. Goes up, short.
Good.
Wendorf playing a heck of a game defensively.
Keeping him in front, chesting up, not looking to get greedy to make a block or a deflection. Make him go over top of you.
Here's Bender again, out to Woline.
2 years ago, Bender might have forced it. There he did. Nice little shot fake, but nothing there. Poise. We're right in your offense, but again, the heat's going to get turned up even more here.
Corkin, that's short.
Well noted to hit threes.
Yeah, 51% three-point shooter, and that's just a mistake you don't see often from Milwaukee Academy of Science.
Nope, just first time really all game, they've really kind of just lost their poise for a second. Presence of mind. Again, deny hard, I could see that. He likes to go hard left, pull up Jay on the right if he has pressure, but there's constant action by his four teammates. They're not standing and ball watching. Keep the lane open.
Lake Mills is 4 of its last 5 field goal attempts, really getting the right shot on every possession here, but they throw it away. And the other way, scoring, is DeAnthony Brown.
They're all keyed by the ball pressure. Yeah, they're denying it up the line, but the ball pressure just speeding up their presence of mind.
Christian back out to Wendorf.
In back cuts. Like to see Woline maybe go down and post up.
Bender takes it all the way.
Well done by the chest up, but Bender just hung a little bit longer.
Jackson, he goes all the way, draws the foul and count the basket.
Chin on the rim, young man.
Jackson with some huge plays in the second half for the Novas.
Both teams throwing big punches. Again, chin up, as you can see, he's still looking at the rim. I think he's still looking at the rim. Great finish, never took his focus off the basket. But I like how both teams are just countering each other now.
So it stays at a 3-point game.
Little run and jump. They hit him in the right place.
Woline cuts through the defense. And that's going to be a foul on the ground.
Again, his best move is going hard right. He's strong, quarterback, captain. Loves to go downhill with his right hand. Little double screen to the corner. Nice hands.
Another steal from the Novas. And here we go. Jam.
But again, shot the gap, well scouted off that double pick, off the ball side, off the weak side elbow.
So that makes it a 1-point game. Lake Mills looking for the answer here, leading 53-52, just under 7 minutes to go.
Lake Mills got to handle this thunder.
Woline, nice drive, and he's headed to the free throw line.
And that's what you got to, when you're being pressured, Carly, you got to attack pressure with a presence of mind.
Tyler Woline at the line.
Again, Academy of Science is not noted to gap help. They're playing up the line, they're denying passes, but that gap is there if you can get past the first tier of pressure.
Tyler Woline is one of the best sophomore quarterbacks in the state, a all-state athlete for the L-Cats.
Again, Coach talked about, like I mentioned before, just knowing when he needs to make a play. When he was a freshman, it was like, what are you doing? You know, and then he'd say, he had a little talk with him before the season, we need you to make plays at the right time.
Lake Mills up 55-52, but the Novas getting back to what they do best, steal and slam. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is proud to introduce Tyson, a dedicated student athlete at Greenwood High School, where she plays softball and is captain of her basketball team. Tyson is also the president of her local FFA and is involved in several clubs and community groups. On the weekends, Tyson helps out on her family's dairy farm, Lindner Brothers, caring for calves, doing field work, and harvesting with the seasons. Her plans for the future include studying agronomy, the science of soil management, and crop production. This Wisconsin Student Athlete of the Month feature was brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Lake Mills hanging on to that lead, 55-52. It has been a great Division III semifinal game, and we are in for a great finish here for Lake Mills. Woline and Wendorf have really stepped up for their team in the second half, taking some of that pressure off AJ Bender. It's just been a full team performance for Lake Mills.
Their athleticism and their strength with the ball has made a factor driving through the rim.
On the other side, here's Bateman giving up to Keys. Jackson gets inside, gets his own rebound and scores.
Dribble handoff lead, staple in their system, one of their sets.
Some miscommunication from Lake Mills there, but they get a hold of it, and now setting it up is AJ Bender.
Again, had him in a bad position, just couldn't capitalize. Academy of Science. Double gap, keeping that whole three-point line wide open above the free throw line, spaced and wide open.
And Keys called for the foul.
We can see in the last 5-6 minutes the pressure on the ball and hugging your man on the weak side is much more intense by Academy of Science. A lob possibly into Woline.
Schaefer gets it in to Woline barely, and out to Bender.
Again, likes that left hand. If he goes right, it's usually a pull-up.
And stolen again by the Novas the other way. Bateman. By Bender, another block. Back-to-back rejections for Lake Mills.
Hey, you know, I bet you they don't see that too much, those guys going to the rim. Lake Mills is sneaky athletic.
Get up, AJ Bender, and then Wendorf again. Denied. Bateman for three.
Tough shot.
Short. Offensive rebound for Jackson. Kicks it back out. Lake Mills with 5 blocks on the day.
Offensive rebound. They've been good at keeping them off until the last few minutes.
Woline with the answer.
Yeah, just go coast to coast, young man.
It's punch for punch. Brown driving all the way.
I think we need to take a jet plane somewhere. We gotta go coast to coast.
Milwaukee Academy of Science has taken a 1-point lead here. Bender for 3.
That's his shot. Transition 3.
So Nova's on top by 1. Jackson inside. Too much. And here comes Lake Mills. They're saying just slow it down for a second.
Either go into the double gap offense or after a timeout. They're really historically really good at an after timeout set.
So Milwaukee Academy of Science, their largest lead was only 2 points in the first half, 28-26. Now they're back on top by 1. There's been 10 lead changes in this one, 3 tie scores. But the Novas, they've gotten some steals, converting on the other end. Their defense, right?
The defense, the heat on the ball is really taking it. And also the offensive rebound. They put a few back now compared to the rest of the game. But at the same time, it was a great timeout. I think Coach Hicklin saw a little loss of poise, just a hair. And, I mean, it's a possession game, 5 minutes. You're looking at probably up to 7 to 8 possessions for each team in this last 5 minutes. You got to make the most of them. And again, free throws are going to come into play.
7 or 8 possessions to land a spot in the Division III state championship game. No pressure.
No, it's no pressure for us. We just get to sit back and enjoy it. By the way, hand me your Starry Pop. I'm thirsty.
Don't normally drink a Starry Pop, but that's what they have available here. Bender back cut.
Oh, beautiful blind
denied.
Pig. Oh, it was a great setup for a backdoor. It's called blind pig. Get the defense moving, bring the post out of the elbow, off to the elbow, and then backdoor the wing.
Blind pig, you said?
Blind pig.
All right.
All the way from Arkansas.
Off-ball foul on Bateman.
Again, noted for that box set, double away. Now this time they probably run it again, but they may slip the screen to the backside post. Little screen for sure. There it comes back to the backside.
Wendorf with it up top.
Oh, look at now they're switching cuts. They're switching all screens and cuts.
Bender with the lane. Oh!
Hey, they did it to them. Right back at you.
Jackson saves it, throws it away. Wendorf has it for Lake Mills. Wow, what a block on that end.
What I like Bender doing, he turned the screen down, and when they're switching, that's the counter, one of the counters to a switch.
Woline drives inside, floater, no good. Staying with the Elcats.
Ball
Let's
bounced
take a
their
look
way.
at that last rejection.
Just simple hustle. Just hangs a little longer. Oh, pretty. But again, I like the move. He turned the screen down. That's what you got to do against switches. Little double to the corner, slip back to the, watch the ball come back around. Again, you're going to see a little more back cut, a little more dribble at possibly.
Benish gets it inside, gets it to Bender.
Likes that rip through going baseline.
Bender spin move, fouled.
Bender sensed he had a little size on Valeria. So bottom line is he took advantage of it.
Yeah, the Novas didn't like that call, but Bender is back at the line.
Again, noted for getting to the line, likes this guy to kind of sneak down there off a back cut or setting a screen, slipping down.
Rims out the first one. Second one to tie this game at 58.
And free throws so vital at any part of the game, but they always get amplified, of course, right now. We always talk about them, but how many free throws did you make? How many did you get during the regular part of the game?
Got it. So we're all tied up at 58. Just over 4 minutes to play in this semifinal game.
It's just like
We're
practice.
lucky.
We used to put 4 minutes. Coach Ryan would put 4 minutes. We got 4 minute possessions. What are you going to do in those 4 minutes? It's about a 6 to 8 possession game. The way this is being played with free throws, a lot of 4 minute practice situations coming to play right now. Little drag ball screen down the middle.
Jackson gets right into the paint and kicks it out for three.
Good look. Unselfish, just couldn't find the hit.
Yeah, way off on that one. Now the other way, Woline.
Again, trying to get an ISO for Bender.
Double team down low.
Nice little ball fake step back. I thought Benny should let it fly.
Woline's gonna take it.
He did!
Three-pointer for Tyler Woline. And Lake Mills is on top by 3.
He knew it, he saw it, he did it. Again, a little staggered out of the corner. Try to get a little ISO. Oh, good call, a little trip at the end.
Let's take another look at that Tyler Woline 3. He's been feeling it today.
Again, he's a streaky shooter, but when he sees the ball go through it once, he keeps firing. He has no fear, no cautiousness in his play.
He's 3 of 6 from deep today with 15 points for Lake Mills.
Again, and he's bringing the ball up the court quite a bit, especially against pressure. But again, we saw him go coast to coast not that long ago.
Marion Bateman hit the first one.
Did a nice little set. Had a double stagger on one side, but ISO Bateman to go one-on-one with a driving kick on his side.
2 of 2 from the line. Just a 1-point game again. Lake Mills on top.
Little run and jump.
Had to deal with this full court press all game.
Yep.
And Bender's going to walk it across the line.
Little run and jump again. They always have somebody in the middle and trailing and cutting down the middle. Wendorf's always kind of that pressure release. Look for them to shoot the gap, possibly Milwaukee got him in science.
Woline has the hot hand.
Little fade. Nice curl, but again, covered up well with a good hedge.
Bender down to Wendorf.
Not gonna give, he's not noted for going one-on-one from the post. Good patience and poise. Will that handle the pressure? Switching on ball screens, but they've been switching also on screen aways and curls as well.
Moline uses the screen, drives inside off the glass. No good.
Oh,
he
great
gets it
hustle.
back. Three-pointer. Too strong. Little too wide for Tyler Moline. That would have really brought the house down. The other way, Bateman. Wow, there.
He felt it.
What a three for Jamarian Bateman. And now a message from your local station. This is your WIA network station.
Transform the look of your home and save big money at Menards. Countertops are the center of the home, and Menards carries a great selection, from elegant to everyday options. Plus, easy installation that you can do yourself, and durability that can take you from crayons to calculus. Transform everyday spaces into gathering places with countertops from Menards. Take home custom laminate countertops for $679 a square foot after an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We love Jones All Natural Breakfast Sausage so much, we just have to share it with our kids and grandkids.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, but we go through way more sausage than you two.
We get ours in the bigger Jones resealable bag.
But Jenny's got a microwave in her dorm.
Thanks, Grandma and Gramps. Jones always reminds me of home, and it's certified gluten-free and tastes amazing.
Whether you're single, shopping for the whole household, or the kids have moved away, breakfast better with Jones.
Coming off a huge three from Jamarian Bateman, the Novas are on top by 2. Take a look at this. The only time a number 3 seed defeated a number 2 seed was in 2018. Prescott took down East Troy, and Prescott went on to win the Division III state championship. Of course, Lake Mills trailing by 2 here.
Lake Mills is great after a timeout, coming out with a set. He's got to go for something with Bender, at least on the secondary action. He likes to go down the post.
Here he is, Bender with it. Pulls it back out.
Gave a lot of help. First time you see the Novas give help on a gap. The back cut, but still wants that post. He's got that little Dirk move, little fade, spin.
Bender spin, too short. Brown the other way, up ahead to Bateman.
Good presence of mind, didn't need it. Let's get a good look, we're in the bonus. Like I said, this is the difference in their team. They play with a little more poise than a couple of years ago. On purpose.
Bateman has Woline on him. Pulls it back out, under a minute to play, about 50 seconds left.
Little dribble retreat is always one of the better dribble moves. Get out of trouble.
Timeout on the floor. Milwaukee Academy of Science leading by 2. 30-second timeout. 45 seconds left. Give me what both teams are talking about.
If I'm Lake Mills, you may take a chance on the first couple plays. Yeah. Double team. Don't need to foul yet. Don't need to foul yet.
When do they foul?
I'd say inside. It's probably inside 20, 25 seconds, 30 seconds, because you want to get the ball back one more time. But at the same time, Academy of Science said, hey, spread the floor, use our athleticism, but don't be ball watching, because they're liable to bring help, and that means you can dump it to the cutter.
I mean, and they shoot it well from the free throw line, 78%. They have a lot of good free throw shooters on the floor, so you're right.
Like I said,
you hope for that steal at first.
You hope for that steal in the first 15 seconds, and then maybe clamp down on them. But again, at the same time, you got to respect Academy of Science presence of mind. They're going to space the court and make you come and get them.
So Lake Mills has 2 timeouts left. Milwaukee Academy of Science
has 1.
There's a double
team we talked about, a little slip.
And there they go. Steal for Lake Mills. Wendorf in the right place at the right time.
Again, Mr. Glue.
Down by 2.
Again, trying to get Bender the ball. He's on a little double.
Wendorf has it up top. Yeah.
Nice back cut.
Bender's working hard for it. They're trying to find him.
Might call time. Good timeout. Wasn't getting anything in flow.
Steve Hicklin takes a full timeout. Lake Mills trailing by 2, 18.7 seconds left. So we mentioned both of these teams are looking for the program's first state title. There is so much on the line. These guys want it so bad.
And they both played so well. I mean, they played with flow and finesse, but also ferocity. But at the same time, Steve Hicklin's one of the best coaches to come off after a timeout with a set play. I can see him doing one of two things. They're really denying Bender hard. They're going to not have him have the ball and coming off certain flares, certain screens, or give him the ball and clear everybody up and let him go one-on-one because he's such a good athlete and he gets people off his feet to get to the foul line. So one of those two, but at the same time, you're talking about Coach Keys, keep everybody in front, stay down on the shot fake, stay down. I believe they will switch every screen. At this point, you might be at a point where you want to switch every screen, but it's got to be at the edge of the screen because the slip could really kill you.
A.J. Bender leading the way for Lake Mills, 23 points, 8 of 14 from the floor and 3 of 4 from deep.
Again, the Academy of Science, all 5 guys can guard all 5 positions as well.
All right, here we go, 18 seconds. Moline has the ball in his hands. Bender's trying to get it, he's got it.
He loves to go hard left and step under.
Gets to the hole and great defense from the Novas. Quick foul. What a defensive possession for Milwaukee Academy of Science.
Had a little bit of light of day. It looked like he was turning the corner, and all of a sudden darkness came. Good
Brown out of nowhere.
I mean, he came from nowhere is right. Back is back, totally clean. But again, he's had a heck of a game from the very get-go, Brown has.
Yeah.
Now he's doing it on the other side of the court as well.
Couple big free throws here for Devin Brown. It's 1-1. Gets the first.
Then both teams have a timeout.
So that pushes it out to a 3-point game. 6.5 seconds left.
They already got a set called. If it
big one there to push it out to 4.
Spitting. Guy came on the stage, bright lights, big stage, and he played big from A to Z, 1 to 100.
Yeah, Devin Brown, he came out of nowhere for that block. Lake Mills, you know, they probably got what they were looking for there just for A.J. Bender to drive to the hole, but that defense from the Novas.
You can't account for that. I mean, he got him downhill, he got a little edge on the defender, and all of a sudden, the guy's 3 feet behind him. And you wouldn't have saw him with the rear view mirror. And guess what? There he is, gone. But you got to give credit to the activity. What's changed the game, Carly, is the heat that Academy of Science has done just enough on the ball.
The Novas are on a 7-0 run in the last 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Lake Mills looking for something quick.
Nice pass.
Wendorf, oh. And that'll do it. Milwaukee Academy of Science gets the victory, 65-61 in a game that was punch for punch from the tip. It's the Novas that will meet Freedom in the Division III state championship game. Milwaukee Academy of Science looking for their first state title. And of course, you got to feel for Lake Mills, who had the lead really for the majority of the game.
Oh, they were right where they want him. They weren't even in the rearview mirror. They were ahead all game. But bottom line, both teams played exceptionally well, did what they do well. And it's just at the end a little sped up, made a few plays on the rebounds, made a few plays in getting turnovers. And that was the difference. But boy, this is what you want at a state tournament basketball game.
We'll talk more about it after this break. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all